If you've been following us from the beginning and you've watched our other videos, you probably would have noticed in the background of some of them that there was a tree right here, which is now there.
We moved this avocado because we thought this corner would be a bit more suitable for where it was. It's not going to block all the morning sun that it would to the tree behind it if we had it where it was. It's not going to block the sun into our neighbour's house. And where it is now, it's a lot more protected and it's going to have the space to grow up pretty tall if we want it to. We'll probably keep it pretty pruned, but just in case it wants to grow tall, it's got the space.
Just imagine in 5 years' time, this tree is not going to be the size that it is right now. It's going to be a lot bigger, and this is going to be a really calm and relaxing space to be hanging out with yourself or friends.
So as you can see behind me, we've got this beautiful belt of established trees. They've been here probably 10, 15, 20 years. But as you can see there's a really nice backdrop to the garden. And other than that, it provides really good habitat for the local wildlife. We've got heaps of birds. I've seen bats, lizards, snakes, goats. Goats. The food forest is designed to be self-sustaining and mimic natural ecosystems. The only difference being is we put more emphasis on food, but we still want to maintain an ecological balance. So the beneficial thing about working with what we already have is we've got these established microclimates. So right here in this southwest corner, we're really protected from the cold winds in winter and the hot winds in summer. It's the prime spot to plant things like avocados, mangoes. It's really going to speed up the whole process, allowing them to establish quicker and not have to fight with the elements.
So look at this. This is our little food forest where the soil is perfectly moist. We actually had a pretty sizable downpour over the past couple of days. We had around 50 mils of rain in 6 hours, which is more than our month's total average. Remember, we live in a dry and arid landscape. It was actually really helpful for testing our swales and rain gardens.
As you can see, the runoff from the path has filled the pools in the higher part of the garden and then slowly spilled down to the lower pools. We've still got to hook up the final overflow to the street, but it's good to know that the concept works and the backyard didn't really flood. Eventually we'll fill the basins up with mulch, which will act as a giant sponge, soaking up all that water, trapping all the sediment. Eventually that will break down and make this really nutritious compost that all the tree roots will just get their roots into and love.
This area of the garden is intended to trap warmth and humidity and protect our other plants from winds, provide some sun, shade, which will also allow us to grow a much wider variety of plants. It might be deceiving because it doesn't look like we're going to be planting a lot for this initial stage, but even though they're small, they are going to grow to become quite sizable. They're going to fill the space well, and they're going to really truly take up a lot of the space that we need to fill in order to make this feel like an oasis.
I know you've watched probably 4 videos of us planting so far. It's been a slow burn. I just can't stress enough how crucial it is to get the planting stage right. The more effort and time and planning you put in at the start to get the job done right, the less of a headache you're going to have in the long term. So now that we've done all the hard work, the planning's done, the swales are in, the tree locations are pretty much set, ready to go. It's time to get the fun stuff underway and plant them. Keeping that in mind, don't forget to like and subscribe. We've got plenty of cool shit to come. Time to get our hands dirty. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. I like frogs. Man, I love frogs.